things are getting a little spooky here on TVL today. If you love the month of October and you wish you could go on a Huntsville ghost tour all year long, well, hey, good news. The creators are launching a brand new tour at Maple Hill Cemetery called Love Beyond the Grave. And here to give us some spooky insights are our new friends Leslie and Bob. Guys, welcome to the show. This is quite the line of work that you're in. I first want to point out, you guys have been doing this 15 years, these ghost tours?
A while, yeah.
Yeah. How do you even do you just have like a love of history? How do you kind of find yourself immersed in this world? This is quite the unique occupation.
Well, it's important to be able to talk in front of a lot of people, be able to remember information, but also be able to tell stories.
Yes.
A lot of history taught in schools and whatnot is just a lot of boring bullet points, dates, names. It's not very interesting, but these are stories. These are people that were here.
Yeah, it's a craft to it to kind of lure somebody in and really get them to pay attention. We're, as journalists, you know, we're storytellers in some ways, so I very much respect that art. This tour specifically, again, though, we've heard of the Huntsville ghost tours. This one, though, has a little romantic love tied to it. Bob, kind of tell us how this one is different from what we usually experience in fall.
Yeah, the creator of the Ghost Walk, Miss Jackie Reeves, has so much history and so many stories from Maple Hill Cemetery, and she realized a lot of them have a love theme. And it's springtime, and people are indeed always wanting to do a ghost walk in the spring, so we thought this is the next best thing. We're going to show you some amazing grave sites, some wonderful monuments. Maple Hill itself is beautiful. Beautiful place to just stroll through. Well, we're going to make it even better because we've got some amazing stories of love lost, of love found, of love maybe taken away. There might be a little murder, a little mystery, but it's going to be a lot of fun.
How interesting. Okay, so you previewed a few stories. Is there one that kind of stands out? We don't want to give too much away. We want people to go on the tour, but something, what's kind of a tidbit? Again, we're storytellers. What can you do to kind of reel us in?
I'll give you a little sample.
Okay.
I'll tell you the brief version of the story of Colonel Johnson and Susan Bradley.
Okay.
This was during the Civil War, during the Union occupation of the city. Colonel Johnson was a Union soldier, and he was here in the city and fell in love with Susan Bradley. Now, after the war ended, he was able to come back and return to the city, and they were able to get married. And the pastor that married them was named Dr. Ross. Now, he himself had been arrested several times during this occupation for preaching seditious sermons. At least one of these arrests was done by Colonel Johnson, the man that he was marrying now. So during the ceremony, Dr. Ross got a chance to say, "And now I place you under bonds."
For the rest of his life.
For the rest of his life. How interesting. A lot of back and forth here.
Yeah.
Oh, how interesting. I wonder if he too maybe had a fan for the wife that he was maybe marrying. I know there was kind of some more legal conflict, but always interesting. The romance things go so deep, and we're so interested to hear it. Well, guys, this is going to be quite the tour. And we do want to point out, maybe for anybody who's a little apprehensive, ghost tours, this kind of sounds a little bit more of kind of like a historical lesson walk through, right? Like we're not communicating or anything.
Oh, absolutely not. No,
yeah,
it's just taking in the beauty of the place and enjoying the history and some of the stories that come from that history. The nice part about it, it's all very level. You don't have to go up any hills or anything like that. And it is the oldest part of the cemetery, so some of the most gorgeous monuments and old trees, and some of the trees they have taken to carving when they have gone over in a storm. So those are there. One of them is carved to look like one of our monuments that we talk about on one of our stories.
I've taken walks. It is truly just a beautiful place to walk through. I remember we did something one time where we tried to find, do you know the oldest gravestone that's there? I mean, my friends and I kind of walked through and we were like, okay, I think there's one like late 1700s.
I did see that just the other day when I was doing some research. The cemetery goes back to 1822, but that's when it was official. It was a cemetery for years before that, so you may be actually right.
Yeah.
And I think the oldest recognized grave doesn't have a tombstone anymore.
Right, yeah, some of them, it's amazing to see how even they've kind of been deteriorated. We know, of course, a lot of local workers do a lot to keep it up, and it is just a gorgeous landmark here. Well, guys, we are so very intrigued. Again, all this launching come April. Tell us one more time kind of how this is going to go down. Do people need to sign up in advance, register, things of that nature? What does this look like?
It's real simple. We're going to do tours every weekend in April and May. We'll be launching on April 5th, and we have a website called beyondlovetours.com, and I'll bet they can reach that through your website later on.
Yes.
But all you have to do is click on that, and right there on the front page is a countdown to the first tour, and right under that is book a ticket. And it's a very simple process. 3 clicks, and you'll be joining us for an amazing tour.
Perfect. About 2 hours or so, 1.5 to 2 hours. So bring your good walking shoes, get ready to hear some good stories. Guys, thank you so much. It's going to be quite the time this spring. We know a lot of people are excited that you're launching it. So congratulations, and thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks.